Just a man on a mission, ambition to never fail. Personality electric, he is animated male. Intelligent and wise, calm and often cool. Chris James giving opinions while also speaking the truth. Empathy and compassion. Stephen Michael is here, helping you through your traumas, helping you with your fears. These three forces combine and keep it honest. Turn up the volume, cause this is the application of knowledge.
All right, let's squat it out. Welcome to the Application of Knowledge podcast. I am Animated Male. We have Chris James here with us today. We have Stephen Michael here with us today. And we are episode 64, Nintendo 64.
64.
You know what I mean? Tipping on four foes, tipping on six foes.
Did y'all see they're starting a Nintendo cinematic universe?
It's probably more of a rumor.
No, it says it was leaked.
Oh, leaked?
Leaked.
Because of Mario.
I mean,
but they're doing multiple Nintendo movies, I guess. In NCU.
I don't know anything about. I only know about Mario. I haven't seen the new Mario, so maybe there was something that I'm not aware of. But I know there's been a lot of posters or like just created images made by fans. Like, oh, it'd be cool. We have a Kirby, a Metroid, a Zelda, and then a Sonic movie, which is already out. And they can create like a Super Smash Bros. Type of film or whatever.
The Sonic movie had different production though? Like this
Yeah,
one,
it's not related to Nintendo at all.
Right, because there's no way Nintendo.
Yeah. I mean, if anything, Nintendo would own Sega, but Sega is still its own little company. Not little, but it's still its own entity or so.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool though. I know there's been a lot of good reviews about that new Mario movie. I haven't had a chance to go see it, but
I haven't seen it either.
yeah, I'll probably go see it. Probably go with some like disguise myself as a character and blend in with the kids, so they'll be like, "Hey man, it's a grown man in here."
I don't think it's a kid movie, is it?
It's definitely a kid movie.
I mean, I'm saying like it's Mario, but I mean, I don't know, man. Mario.
It's not going to be like any knock if an adult would see it.
How old is Mario's fan base?
Goes back before I was born.
40, 49, 40, 50,
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, so I think it'll be interesting if they come out with it. That type of connection, like Marvel versus Marvel Cinematic Universe, whatever.
Yeah,
I think that'd be cool. But okay, let's talk about the main thing that needs to be addressed when it comes to what's been happening in like the news and stuff. Because the news is always going to take over in some capacity. I'm sure y'all heard of Angel Reese and Caitlyn.
I heard of her. Yes, Yes.
Yeah.
I had a discussion about this last night.
Oh, heard?
Go ahead. Steven, have you heard of her?
I have no idea who it is.
Okay, these are basketball players. They play.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about now.
Okay, yeah. So they're the women's basketball players, college basketball players, and it was LSU versus Iowa. And LSU is obviously Louisiana State University, and Iowa is what it is. And so there was, I guess they made it a headline because Angel Reese, she was basically, talking trash in a sense and also giving gestures to let her know, like, you can't.
Is Angel the LSU player?
Yeah.
Okay.
Angel Reese is the LSU player. And they ended up winning the championship because there was a big old championship game. I don't follow college like that, so
You don't follow women's sports like that?
well, I don't follow college sports in general. But
What about women's sports?
No.
I don't know why I said women's.
Yeah, I don't actively follow women, but college in general, in any sport, I don't follow. Mm-hmm. But they made headlines because she did the John Cena in front of her, like, you can't see me. And then she pointed to her ring finger like, hey, I'm about to get that ring or whatever. And to me, I honestly don't know why that's newsworthy. But apparently it's a headline and everyone's jumping out of the, like, oh, she's trashy for talking smack or doing it in her face and, just basically doing the things that you would do in a competitive atmosphere. And when it came to the other chick, Caitlin Clark, she was a beast. She's honestly like a really, really good player. And, she
Not good enough.
Well, not good enough to win,
It's a
obviously.
team sport.
It only
man.
takes one good girl to win, though.
to like
They're
highlight.
not really. It's not as competitive. You know what I'm saying? Like if you have a beast girl on your team,
They call her like the Steph Curry.
you're probably gonna win. Oh, the Caitlyn girl.
Yeah, the Caitlyn chick. The
That's
white chick.
man. I disagree, man. You can't like. It's still a team. Even if you have one girl that is a standout, I mean, it's still a team sport, and it's not like men's basketball where one player. It's not like a Kobe where he can take over the game, right? Where he's driving and dunking. You know what I'm saying?
You
like,
don't think there can be like a woman that's a similar caliber as Kobe, but just in the woman aspect and dominate a game?
I have a hard time. Okay, someone like Brittany Griner, I think could.
Why specifically her? Because she's tall?
Well, no, she has. There's more dynamics to her. So she is taller. She can dunk. So it plays a different. There's a different role. Most of the time, I'm not saying that women aren't good. That's not what I'm saying. But I think that when it comes to like college and then even in professional, there's more of a balance in the athleticism. And I think that with men's, you can see a much more misbalance.
But that's the point that I was making. One really good girl on the team, because all of the other players are going to be so balanced at a lower level. One really outstanding girl could make a huge difference.
I mean, and I mean, that's why I said maybe a Brittany Griner. But other than that, even if
I agree. I've watched this girl play. I think in the women's college basketball, yes, she's very good, but she still.
I mean, she's a good player, period. I mean, she's not going to ultimately play against men. So just keep it in the realm of women.
Right.
I
It's hard for me to judge, honestly.
Yeah, I
Because
mean,
it looks like
they're just doing layups.
it's like girls
basically.
playing
I
basketball.
mean, right, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, like if you said they call her Steph Curry.
Yeah, because the way
Caitlyn, right?
she shoots and her intensity. Yeah, Caitlyn
I mean, like I think, but I'm saying like I think that even if you are really good, you don't stand out that much. Like,
I mean, that's fine. I mean, that's not the point that I'm trying to make.
Okay,
about
what's
bringing
the
this
point?
up.
What's the point?
The point is that they're talking about what she's doing as far as trash talking is classless. They classified and honestly, I feel like they made it a race thing when it didn't need to be, because the first thing that you would hear from the sports anchors or the people that's reporting on this, or who had an issue with it, they would talk about, oh, it's a black thing. This black girl, they only calling her classless because she's a black girl. Because Caitlin Clark, on the flip side, she did the exact same thing as Angel Reese as far as like doing the John Cena, you can't see me and talking trash. And so do you all think that it's an issue for a woman, or I guess in Angel Reese's case, to talk trash, to, do the, signature, you can't see me, and, flaunt and talk that trash in front of Caitlyn? She's criticized. Do you think that's fair? When on the other side, Caitlin Clark, she's not criticized at all when she does the exact same thing. And mainly a lot of people in the urban outlets are saying it's because she's black. Now, what are your thoughts on that? I personally don't think that it's I don't think it's necessary to, I guess, highlight someone in a negative light if you aren't going to do both of them. I don't think it was a fair comparison as far as that goes, because even Caitlin Clark, she came out and stated that she had no issue with Angel Reese doing that. She had zero issue with that. It's just the news media outlets, they're trying to create a narrative. Obviously, there's a black chick, a predominantly black team, and then there's a white chick, a predominantly white team, who are being castigated against one another, and that's immediately going to cause some kind of friction, because the media is constantly in love with painting that narrative of black versus white instead of just keeping it in the competitive aspect. Because if Steph Curry, LeBron, or whatever, or any of the male athletes, they talk trash all the time. They push each other and they do wave things. Even in football, they dance and they taunt in front of players. That's just part of what the sports atmosphere is. So I think they made this way bigger than they needed to, and this match in general ended up being viewed higher than like most women's sport, well, all women's sports of all time.
Wow.
The NBA championship from 2 years ago, like this is how many eyeballs were on it. So considering the amount of eyeballs that's on it, they're going to push that narrative. But I personally don't think that there was any issue with her talking trash and then, doing that stuff, because I personally feel that's just part of sports. That's just what is going to happen.
I mean, when I saw a meme, I read it, and I was just like, what is this? Like, this shouldn't even be in the news.
Yeah.
Like, this shouldn't even be a conversation that needs to be had. Like, taunting is a thing. If it was that big of a deal, you give her a technical and you keep it moving. Like, I mean, first of all, my question would be, number one, did she even get a technical for this?
It was at the end of the game, 10 seconds.
Oh, okay. I mean, this is, but she did it in response to someone else. But regardless, I mean, you got Ja Morant on the sideline with shooting guns at people when they shoot threes. Like, I mean, you got to follow the NBA to even hear about that. This is pointless. They're literally taking. It's almost as if because if I'm correct, this is like LSU's first championship ever or something. It was almost as if they wanted to. You know how like when LeBron won the championship in the bubble, they'll like
Put a stain on it.
Yeah, you put an asterisk on it where it's like, yeah, he won, but it was in the bubble. It's almost as if that's what they were trying to do. Like highlight something bad. I don't know anything about this game. I don't know. I didn't know it was even coming up because I don't follow, but I know about the game and who won because of this. So this happens all the time in sports. People talk trash. This is normal. I don't even understand why they're bringing it up. But it also goes to show that so many people don't watch these events that when something small does happen, it's like, oh, this is something we can blow up, because it's like, oh, if that many people watched it, it's almost like they're just kind of riding the coattails on it to get more eyes on it.
No. This is the biggest distraction I've ever seen. As Steven said, this shouldn't even be news. We should not even be talking about this. Not only should we not be talking about the John Cena "You Can't See Me," we shouldn't even be talking about this game. It's women's college basketball. Let's be real. No one watches this. I mean, I'm just being honest.
College NCAA champion of the championship.
Besides the two females that we're discussing today.
I don't watch it.
Okay.
I don't watch it.
Okay.
But championships, the NCAA tournament, people do watch that.
Jesus. Bro, no one's watching female college basketball. I watched some of the highlights, and it looked like girls at the I'm not even trying to be. This isn't me being funny. I'm being serious. It looked like some girls at the park playing basketball.
I mean, regardless of how it looks, people watch it.
How many people?
Enough for it to watch more than the
No, not this one game. I'm
specifically talking about this one game.
No, this is my point. Why is this one game so important? Why is the news? Why are they blowing something that's completely insignificant out of proportion? Why is this girl making $300,000 a year off of her likeness? Why now? I think that it's the biggest distraction ever. It's part of whatever distraction they're trying to distract us from. It doesn't make sense. What other sports are happening right now? Like, it's like, okay, some sports are happening right now. Why all of a sudden? What's so special about this game that it's getting this type of review?
NCAA championship games are big games. Basketball.
And also,
I'm serious. They're big games.
It's like March Madness type thing.
Yeah,
where it's like for college, it's always highlighted for like, in NCAA men's basketball and women's basketball. Obviously, women's is not going to be as popular as the men, but this is the time where people are talking about it. Because even prior to this game actually taking place, people were talking about it. Now, obviously, you live in a different bubble than most people when it comes to what's happening in the sports world and entertainment. But a lot of people were talking about this game. People in the sports world are people who were involved in it because of Caitlin Clark and how cold she is, and also the trash talk that she does. So that definitely creates some eyes. If you got a girl who's exciting as a Steph Curry by shooting these crazy shots, and she's very motivating and she inspires her team and does all these different antics, not necessarily antics, but she has a type of bravado that allows her to gain the type of attention that she's gained. So
Does she normally talk trash?
Yeah, she doesn't do it in a vile way. She just does it because
So when old girl did it, it was almost like you've been talking trash all year,
Yeah.
and now you lost.
Yeah.
This is normal.
Okay. Men's NCAA basketball
You're-
versus women's NCAA.
why are we doing men versus women?
Because I'm trying to get you all to understand how insignificant
I understand it's not.
No. You just said it's popular enough to be the most viewed more than the
It
NBA.
is.
Okay, so revenue for men's NCAA. Let's just call it $1 billion. Okay, $1 billion. You know what the girls is? Just take a stab at it. The revenue for the boys is $1 billion. Steve, you don't want to play?
$1 million.
$266,000. Bro, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to get y'all to understand there's something weird going on here.
I understand that. I'm with you. I'm not. I don't disagree, or I'm not fighting that or trying to battle the point. I'm just saying this game was talked about. This specific game.
I understand
not
that.
the league.
But my question is, why this specific game?
That's
what
it's
I'm
black
saying.
and white. That's
why?
That's what I can see. It's a black and white. It creates a narrative for the media. The media loves a type of conflict when it comes to black and white, and they're just perpetuating that idea.
What's the point of sports?
Entertainment.
And what are they? Why? What's the entertainment do? What is the point of entertainment?
To waste time. It's
To grab your
bypass.
attention, to take your attention away from something, and so you can focus on whatever is happening in this. It creates some excitement. So
Exactly.
It's a level of competitiveness. It's a masculine thing in a sense.
So Rome had the gladiators fight for the same reason, right? To keep the civil unrest at bay, to distract the civilians, to make sure that they maintain control over the populace, right? That's the whole point of the games. Now we just have women's basketball, and that's the game versus the gladiators killing each other, but it's all the same concept. So if that's the point of entertainment, you see something this outlandish. Obviously, I don't know what you have on your list to talk about today, but all I can think about is the bank collapse, the fact that China is essentially positioning themselves to be the new,
Because they're linking with Iran and Russia? Is that?
to be the new, I think it's called a Federal Reserve currency or something like that. I can't remember the terminology, but the dollar is used as a stable monetary, system in the world. It's like everybody trades with the dollar. Oil's traded with the dollar, and so it keeps the dollar strong and it keeps things stable. People can exchange for the dollar. It's like this stable thing, and it looks like China is looking to unhinge that for whatever reason. It could be to usher in the one world currency. It could be because China wants their currency to play that role. I don't know. All I know is we're talking about some girl that did to another girl playing basketball on what they made a very large stage, and Trump is being indicted or has been indicted.
There's so much happening though. This one-off situation isn't. I think it adds to it, but they're doing everything to distract. They're talking about the whatever Mulvaney chick that's dressed as
Old Dylan.
yeah, I guess.
That's that dude,
Dylan Mulvaney.
Who's being sponsored by Nike?
He's got a sponsorship?
He's sponsored by what's that? Bud Light.
Is that why Bud Light did the LGBTQ plus QI1 plus cans?
That's why a lot of people are upset, and a lot of people who lean far right are shooting beer cans of Bud Light because they have rainbows and stuff. But the thing is, yes, the LSU game is insignificant. There's much more important things that are happening in our world, and there's a lot more distractions that are happening. And to the fact that they have someone like this Dylan person being a sponsor for tampons.
Bruh, you
have a man
you're not
dressed up as a woman being sponsored by tampons or Tampax, whatever that is. There's literally no world that we should even be seeing a man dressed up as a woman who still has a penis. So basically he's cosplaying as a woman. There's no way that we should live
He's
in a
cosplaying.
yeah, we should never live in a world where we see a man telling women, "Hey, get your tampons or get your Tampax." What kind of world is this?
He's doing like commercials for them or whatever. Like he's
He's
just
sponsored.
Sponsorships.
You sponsored by them. I mean, it's just like, and the thing,
Bruh.
like they're endorsing this.
But this is my point. All of this stuff is incredibly insignificant and makes absolutely no sense at one of the most critical times. And like my energy is focused on what should I be doing with my money right now. Like
I keep seeing these things and I'm like, well, what do we do?
right
Because of what's coming, right? You got FedNow coming.
Right.
I mean, it's just like, well, what everybody's talking about. It's like, well, what do we do? But it's like, well, nobody knows. We don't.
Only in our bubble are everybody talking about it.
Oh, for real?
I mean, you say everybody, but the algorithm has you in a bubble. Just
Oh,
like
I get it.
other people are focused on this LSU game.
yeah.
But that's my point. You know what I'm saying? They are pulling out all the stops to try to keep us from realizing like the dollar is about to collapse.
Right.
We've been talking about it for a long time. And is it going to happen this year? No. But in the next 10 years, the dollar could literally collapse. Bro, if that happens, we're screwed. If people don't prepare, we're literally screwed because now you have the ability to say, okay, the dollar has collapsed. Your dollar is actually worth nothing now. You've got $100,000 in the bank. It's worth $100. But you still have mortgage to pay. You still have to buy bread. You're right. You have all these things. So now it's like, okay, we have a plan, guys. We got a plan. Everybody's already set up. All you have to do is sign this paperwork. All your money is gonna get transferred from dollars to the new world currency. That's what I'm concerned about.
Yeah. Which we don't want. But
Which we don't want.
This is how they're going to push people into signing up for these things. They have to. Were you going to talk about FedNow? Was that on your list?
We can talk about whatever.
Oh, okay.
But were you aware of it?
Yeah.
Oh.
So FedNow is basically a payment processor that is they're looking to use to remove Cash App, Venmo, just payment processing, right? So eventually Square, PayPal, all these things, and
They're trying to remove it and replace it with a FedNow.
yeah, FedNow. So that will
Are you familiar that the billionaire got killed?
Yeah.
Okay, I told you.
yeah. So they killed. So it's just so subsequently they killed him like 2 days or something before or after
The
they
Cash App guy.
Before, I believe, it
Right.
was announced.
Right. So, what I believe that they're going to do over time, because I'm like, well, no one's going to use this, right? So what they're going to do is, what I believe is that they're going to just launch it. People will start using it. It's businesses first, so businesses will start using it, and then you don't know that the transaction is going through FedNow because you don't know who the credit card processor is when you go to a business, right? So the business uses it. And then I'm like, well, why would the business use that? Well, they're going to give them a 0%.
0%.
Yeah, 0% transaction
Yeah.
fee, for 5 years or something, whatever.
Yeah.
So then all the businesses are going to jump on it, right? They're going to start buying out PayPal and all them because people are going to be like, oh, I'll use, PayPal, you know what I'm saying? They'll start buying them out. And then it'll get to the point where it's just like, okay, well, if and when the dollar collapses, like, well, you got to use FedNow, which means now they force people to do that. Now that people are using FedNow, you have to use them for all of your transactions. You can't get around it. Then they have control. Now they can say, okay, well, you have to sign up or whatever, for this currency, or all your money is going to be gone. And it's not like one of those things where it's like, oh, you guys are conspiracy theorists. It's really like, no, this is happening. And I was watching this thing where there's a list of countries. There's a ton of them that are all leaving this. I forget, it's called Briggs or Braggs or something like that. There's some sort of a financial agreement in the country, and everyone's leaving it, and it means it hurts America because of the dollar. So everything is going this way, and it's actually, I mean, for us, right? It's scary. because we want independence and all these things. And you just have the standard everyday person. They're not gonna be like thinking
They
about
don't
it.
care.
They're just like
They're
well,
just worried about, Angel doing the John Cena thing. Man, you see that? The way her fingers, like, bro, I think that COVID was the perfect test to see how Americans, because this is about the American dollar, right? So, you have other countries, they reacted completely different to COVID. And they got these 15-minute cities popping up, and people are fighting back against this stuff. But Americans are like, bro, Donald Trump got indicted. Oh my God. Like, oh my God, the transsexual is doing the tampon commercial. It's like, this is, bro, we got to get.
I mean, people are talking about it though. I mean, maybe it's just because it's what I see. But
That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
We're in bubbles. Mel, do you interact with your coworkers much? Not at all, huh?
Oh, zero.
Zero? Okay.
At all. I mean, well, some I'm cool with. We'll message from time to time, but
Does Anthony know? That's my question. He's not in our bubble.
I'm not sure if
Right.
Anthony knows.
Like-
I mean, I'm pretty. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know what. I know I don't know what he does.
I mean, it's just an example. Because we research this stuff. The algorithm's got us. It's going to feed us this stuff because it knows we research it. But it's going to protect other people from it. People that wouldn't typically come across it. Why isn't this front page news? Why isn't it? This game.
Because it's our country, and that's the reason why it should be at the head of our news. It should
Right.
be important instead of trying to push these agendas that absolutely have no significance in the progress of our country.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like whoever is wearing tampons and
It's
who's
crazy.
Talking trash at a basketball game is not as important as the economy crashing and the currency being switched or the dollar losing its value. And I mean, so yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with that. But a lot of people, they hear this stuff and be like, well,
what can I do?
what can you do? What can you learn?
Watching my game.
Bud Light stock crashed 30% after they after their endorsement of Dylan Mulvaney. 30%. That's a lot. 30%.
Bro,
from Bud
30%
Light.
of $1 billion+ company?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a lot.
Yeah. That's a lot.
I mean, that lets you know where our country's values are, though, because the media is pumping this stuff out. And the medias are obviously controlled by the powers that be. And that's within our country. But if you look at other countries like Uganda,
Oh, yeah.
America tried to push their own morals onto Uganda to have them make LGBTQ like legal and stuff.
Yeah.
And they trying to, put the rainbow flags over there. And Uganda was just like, you know what? We about to make it illegal for people to be gay or to celebrate or to be in the LGBT community over there. So they passed a law that if you are LGBTQ, now they go a little bit hard.
They go hard.
They like stoning and like locking people up and like
Those laws didn't already exist?
I'm not sure if they all. I'm not sure. I don't know their particular politics when it comes to that, but I know that they made it apparent that if you are LGBTQ or whatever, we're going to get you.
They're putting them in jail.
Yeah, they're locking them up, put them in jail. Now, I don't necessarily agree with that, but I do agree with the fact that they shouldn't have to acquiesce to whatever America's trying to push onto their country. Like this is a whole different continent.
Yeah.
And you want to come to Uganda, their own country, and then tell them what they should do. Like that's insane to me.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Hey, just make everybody gay, be okay over here. Like, no, we're gonna worry about our people, and we're gonna, we're not gonna push this agenda of having kids be subjected to all this. This stuff is happening in America. I'm not sure if it's exclusive because I live here. We just live here, but it's happening where they pushing all this stuff to children and making this within the news cycle of making kids see like drag shows and
I'm pretty sure this is an American issue.
yeah.
Like people look at us, I'll you read comments and stuff. You pass stuff, you read comments, and they're like, "Y'all are crazy over there." Like you can tell they're from other countries. Like this stuff is not happening worldwide.
It's like a mental breakdown that's happening to the country. because
Everything is breaking.
yeah, you just see like the thing is like I see like it's literally like the movies. Like if you look at any futuristic movies, they have some characters within those films that show like men and women kind of be interchangeable. You know, it's kind of hard to tell the difference between them. And I see that is where America is headed. And even within all the films that have already occurred, you see America collapsing or falling in some kind of some form or fashion. And I personally, I don't know what do we do? Move to another country?
I mean, Chris was talking about the dollar is the most stable, right? And I'm just thinking to myself, like, well, we are, as far as I know, for our size of country, we are we're the baby,
Correct.
right? So
Because we're the youngest.
right. I mean, America's like 300 years old, whatever, 200 some change. What is it?
250 something.
Yeah, something like that, right? 1776. Yeah. So how do we even get in that position in the first place, right? So let's look at it from holistically, right? Because that's what we like to do. In the grand scheme of things, I mean, you have all these other nations, countries that have been around way before us. Like, how do we even get into this position anyway? And that's just by being abrasive, shaking up things, by pushing our nose into places, and people are like, well, man, we just live in our own life, man. And we just go and we do what we want to do.
Isn't it our military?
Well, it's our military.
That's
right?
what allows us to do
we're
all
bullying,
this, right?
So if you have a country like China, who's been around, I mean, forever, of course they're like, hey, man, where did y'all even come from? We taking this power back. So, I mean, so once again, the question is, well, what do we do? What can we do? Right? Like, I mean, well, can I move? And then if I did, right, like, do I move my money around? Like, you know, people are talking about buy silver, buy gold. I mean, we're talking about, you know, crypto is they don't want to mess with Bitcoin because Bitcoin's its own thing. It's just like, I don't know what to do. What's coming?
They're trying to draw. I think cryptocurrency is going to be the next, I guess, the one. If we're moving into like a one world government in a sense, I think crypto is the way to go. I mean, it would be the way to go. I mean, since if our country, but I feel like they're painting cryptocurrency as something that you shouldn't do.
Yeah, they're trying to, I think.
And people are already like skeptical about it. And so you have the media telling you what you should do with your money, and then you already have skepticisms about something you don't understand. So it's automatically going to make you like, nah, I'm not dealing with this. And if they come out with this, the Fed Now type junk, they're going to introduce this like, hey, you know, get on this Fed Now and we'll take care of things. So I feel like we're going to slowly transition into something.
Yeah.
Maybe there'll be some kind of chaos that happen. I don't know, man.
Another, you know,
Maybe not.
you know,
They're
pandemic number 2.
they're predicting it, right? Like if you tell all Americans one night, you know, all your assets are frozen, you expect looting, you expect rioting nationwide. You know, that's the pain, that's Armageddon. That's what they want to paint the picture as. And then guess what? Now they have the reason to use martial law and, you know, have military stationed everywhere. But why would military do their job? They're not getting paid. Like if our money is
No good.
what are you offering the military people anymore? You know what I mean? So
Well, they own them.
I think that
They're on contract.
I think it's a distraction to look at it so plainly and be like, okay, this is the obvious thing they're doing. I think that the 15-minute cities make a lot more sense. I think they've shown us that, you know, they have complete control of us through our food. So they don't need to do anything so crazy like really martial law stuff. I think that's just like a ploy, just, you know, fear tactic. But if you can get these 15-minute cities up and you could get people beginning to use this central digital currency, in 10 or 20 years, you could start manipulating what people can and can't do with their money.
Yeah. This is not like, I think that it's right at the beginning. So people are concerned. You can be like, yeah, this, you know, because Fed Now, they say it's programmable, right? Which means that if in a situation where, you know, there's a situation where you can't go outside, we're on lockdown.
Like COVID?
Yeah.
Or martial law.
right? But if they, but they're basically like, it's programmable, so they can turn off your card for gas, right? And this is, working in a credit card company, what they're charging. You have everything. There's categories. This is easy to do. So if they're like, no, you can't travel right now, they just turn off your card for travel. You can't buy anything that's travel related. So that's, but I don't think that is coming right away. They need to get people to trust Fed now. They need to get people to get on it. And the 15-minute cities thing is the conference is in 2030. So that's the conference in which they are coming together where they're really going to start pushing that. But did you know that in the same vein, Billy Boy, Bill Gates, he owns a water company. Did you know that? He recently, he owns a water company, and people were saying that a lot of the reason that there were all these train derailments, and there's been a ridiculous amount of them, which is, it's clearly, painfully, obviously, why. Florida, they have a lot of the farmland has been destroyed because of too much rain, or not Florida, California. Which it doesn't normally rain that much in California. So now all this farmland is underwater. Now, of course, they have all the stuff in the middle of the country is now poisoned, and the trains were from what I've heard are really the distraction. What's really happening was the purchase of the water or the land and the water underneath of it, so that way. They basically have control of America's water source.
I believe it.
Well, that's it right there.
Right. So the train derailments were actually we're the distraction.
It was like a distraction within a distraction.
Yeah, man, this is Inception out here.
Inception, man.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
So what we gonna do? What y'all trying to do, man?
Well,
What y'all trying to do?
Chris said we can't leave.
Chris said we can't leave, but we got to stay here, man.
Leaving is the worst option. You go to a foreign country, you don't know anybody. That's not wise. I think that, well, obviously it's funny because 20 years ago, all our uncles, you had the doomsday uncles and all that. I think they're just repeating the cycle. So I'm not going to go as far as like doomsday. I think this is just a cycle they play over and over.
Y'all want to?
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Y'all want to go get strapped? I mean, we already strapped. But y'all trying to get
Trying
strapped?
to strap.
Y'all trying to, y'all trying to go Terminator?
Bow and
I
arrows?
mean,
Y'all trying to go? Yeah, I mean, I'm with that.
I mean, I think that those type of things. That's what I was telling you guys. I was like, I want to go get some training. Like, I want to take some martial arts. Man, there's just
You want to take martial arts?
Yeah, I told you I was thinking about doing taekwondo
You should
yeah,
do jujitsu.
Right.
Well, no,
Jiu-jitsu,
okay. I said jujitsu or taekwondo.
Nah, I think jujitsu would be a lot more
jujitsu's
practical.
way
just in general.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because you can fight.
It's much more practical. Taekwondo, just straight up by itself, it's not really good for fighting.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. And honestly, I think that we're seeing the very beginning of
We're
stuff
seeing
in
the beginning
future.
of the end.
Yeah.
I think we're seeing the beginning of the next cycle. Like I said, you got to think. 20 years ago, there were men like us, like, yo, what are we gonna do?
Well, Y2K.
There was many things.
Yeah.
It's happened many times. I think it's just the beginning of the new cycle. I'm not going to play into that trap. What I am going to do is say that for me, it's motivation. Okay, let's get our garden going strong. Like, let's really invest time and energy into that. Let's, build up our resources and start owning as much as we can and controlling as much as we can in the way of land. Let's get some wells drilled. Let's get some purification systems set up. Let's get some water collection things set up. Let's do what we were always going to do, but
Get off
be
grid.
more intentional. Not necessarily take ourselves off grid, but prepare for it, right? Like at the end of the day, whether the end of the quote unquote world ever comes or not, getting off grid is never a bad thing. It's always a good thing. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
How you gonna get off grid though?
I mean, what is that? Do you like getting off grid is getting off the power system.
Okay.
So it's very simple. You could use air, you could use water, you can use sun.
I mean, how
those
does
are
that realistically look though? Like as far as like creating a land where we're not bothered by.
It's not about not being bothered. It's about not
relying.
It's not relying. They can't turn your power off. You have independent power, right? Like they can't turn
everything.
They can't turn the sun off. So as long as you can generate power in one form or another, they can't turn the wind off.
You don't think they have access to create clouds
Yeah, but you can't turn the sun.
to create like clouds block out the sun.
Do solar panels need direct sunlight?
No, but it's better. I mean, there's a certain amount of direct sunlight. If you had days of indirect sunlight, that probably wouldn't work.
Okay.
But you know, there's generators. I mean, forget solar power. There's generators. There's many options. But so the point is, you have your own power, you have your own water, and you can grow your food. If you have your shelter, your land, you know, your power, your water, you're pretty much good. There's not much. We humans don't need much.
That's my hose.
Everything.
You said some hoes.
Every
We need some hoes for Armageddon, man.
Hey,
Oh,
man.
that's for sure. But guess where they're gonna be? They're gonna be with the dudes that got the resources.
Yeah, man.
But I mean, let's be honest. It's probably not gonna happen. But all I'm saying is we just need to do it. Period.
So I think that a lot of fear is happening right now that we're talking about it. I'm kind of working through it. I think that what we're seeing is like, let's think back towards credit cards. This is, really at the beginning of our lives, right? With credit cards.
Yeah.
Everything was cash, right?
Right.
Cash and checks. I learned how to write checks in school. Okay. So I remember when credit cards were a thing, people were like, they're not going to use credit cards. Ain't nobody going to use a card. Everything is cash, right? And I can imagine back then, if I was a cash system and people were like, they're going to now put all your money in a bank and you can use a card, but then they're going to be able to track everything you do.
Correct.
It sounds similar
It's
to
the
this.
exact same thing. This is my point. And we use credit cards like they're nothing. We love them.
But they try.
Were they? It wasn't under the same context of every country getting rid of the U.S. dollar, though. Like it's a cycle, but it's not the exact same.
No,
scenario.
that's a
you
little
can't.
different.
You have to do it a little different every time. You have to be able to reignite that fear. But think about it. If they cut off your credit card right now, it's the same thing. And by the way, when you give your money to the bank, they control it. They own it.
They can't
So
cut your card off.
they can do it now. This is what I'm saying. It's fear mongering more than anything else. And so I don't want to give into the fear mongering and give them energy. I think that we should just do what we need to do because we need to do it regardless. I'm not going anywhere. Why would I give up my land? That doesn't make sense to me.
I'm going to get some land.
I know. What? People be trying to go to Africa and buy land, but that's not your people, though.
Shit, China taking over Africa. What you talking
They
about?
taking over Africa.
They taking over, man.
Shit, we might as well start.
Just go to China.
We might as well learn Cantonese.
Hey,
or
man, what
Mandarin.
they talk about? Japan? Well, not Japan. That's a whole different
That's a
place.
small
Yeah.
little-
That's-
But the problem is, in China, they got the social credit now.
Yeah, they have
Oh,
social
yeah.
credit scores.
Bro, that's insane.
Yeah, they're wilding over there. They're worse than us.
In certain
Worse
ways.
than us?
In
or
certain
more?
ways.
In certain ways.
They're more. Yeah, I would say they're probably more strict instead of being loose as us. As we're like the clowns of the world,
Literally.
because we're pushing things that aren't necessary for the growth of our society. In other countries, they're pushing things that are more mind growing versus being mind destructive.
Is it possible that in the grand scheme of things, China are the good guys and they're controlling people for their own good because there's the world government or the new world order or the elites that are trying to manipulate everybody, and China's like, no, we're going to manipulate our people first and better than you.
Interesting.
And that way, when you try to do your thing, you won't be able to get us.
That's a very interesting perspective.
I can see that.
I could see that too. Like we are so indoctrinated. Like we are so messed up. The propaganda, right? Going back to World War II, where they brought the best propagandists in the world to America, right? There's a very good chance that we are completely brainwashed outside of our country. This is also why I said I want to go out of the country and just see how they feel about us. You know what I mean? Like, now obviously, right, I'm going, where I'm going, it's more vacation area.
I mean, if you go to any Asian country, you'd be taking a lot of pictures
Why you say that?
because you're a tall black man.
Oh, they're going to take pictures with me.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to go. I want to go to Japan. Y'all want to go to Japan? Or Thailand?
I don't ever want to go to Japan ever in life.
That's a lie.
Why would I with an Itachi shirt.
As if
want
that's
to-
their culture. Like that's the highlight of their culture.
I mean-
As if I would want to go to Japan.
What about Thailand?
he wants
I
to
would-
go to Japan.
Oh,
Of course, we
I
want to
wanna
go to Thailand.
Japan too.
I
but
would love to go to Thailand.
wanna go
That's
all
where
those
Muay Thai
places.
comes from.
I heard that Thailand is also very English forward.
Yeah.
So
the girls like
and at least for now, the dollar's strong there. So the money goes far.
I mean, let's be honest. Whatever they convert it to, we'll have access to it, and it'll be back strong. The world stage is not.
Do you believe in America?
What do you mean by that?
Do you believe that America will succeed over whatever this little this currency dispute is that's currently happening?
Mel, that
Do you
question-
believe
we'll just
in
invade
America?
people.
Do you believe in your country?
Mel, that question doesn't make any sense.
That's a loaded question. You're
I
gonna
like
get a strike
believe
for
in
that.
America. America is the one doing this. No, I don't believe in
Do you
shit.
believe that America is going to get us out of this hole?
They're the ones putting. They're the ones
putting us
digging the
in
hole.
Like they're doing all this stuff to us. No, I don't believe in them.
Chris, you made a very interesting point. You said maybe we're the bad guys.
Oh, we're 100%.
I mean, you think. I mean, You think about it. We go Uganda. We go to them and say you need to accept this 0.015% of people. Like,
Even
bro,
think about the Olympics. What they were trying to do in that whatever country they were in at that particular time, telling they wouldn't allow people. Was it China?
was it just the most recent
The
one?
most
right?
recent Olympics that just happened, they were there were people wearing like rainbow flags and they wouldn't let them into the soccer thing.
Oh, they played.
And even a news dude died over there.
From a riot or something.
I'm not sure if from a riot. I thought you said a ride. Yeah, some dude died over there. But yeah, they're always trying to push this agenda of the rainbow flag, and people who have, who's
Tokyo.
Yeah, it was in Tokyo. Tokyo.
Oh, Tokyo ain't playing that. I think that Americans have to understand that you're not allowed to force your toxic culture on other people.
Yeah.
And if you
But that's
do-
what we've been doing.
Why
Right,
are you
right,
gay? Did y'all hear that? The Uganda dude, he was like, "Why are you gay?" to some dude, to some woman, man, or whatever. Just like, "Why are you
woman,
gay?"
man?
Well, she was a woman, but looked like a dude. But she called herself a guy.
Oh, wait. What was she biologically?
A woman.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
For the life of me, I cannot understand how women support this.
I don't think women. Well, I
No,
don't
they're the biggest supporters. When holistically speaking, they're the biggest supporters. Outside of the actual trans community or the gay community, which a lot of them don't
A
support
lot of gay people don't support
the
it.
biggest supporters are not gay, and the biggest supporters are women.
Do y'all think that this is something that you see in real life, or is it something that you just see online?
Bro,
just on
I don't
TV.
online. I don't
just on
see
TV.
anything in real life.
I mean, I know we're in Texas, so we're a more right-leaning society.
Right, but
here.
if it was as big as it was and as important and such a big topic, we hear it, we see it all the time. You don't see it anywhere.
If I see a pride flag in a random place, like I'm not talking about an event or just a random, it sticks out to me because I'm like, why is this here? Or but in my day to day, and I be out more than y'all, I don't see anything. It's
It's the same thing with the COVID.
It does not affect my day to day life.
I don't care. It's the same thing with COVID. It doesn't exist until we talk about it on the internet. It's huge on the internet. In real life,
Yeah.
nobody talks about this.
yeah, I don't ever encounter I'll encounter gay people or
I mean, I'm cool. You know what I mean?
I don't really I don't think. You know what? I don't know. I don't think
To your knowledge, you don't know.
I don't think I've encountered like a trans person in like real life.
You definitely have at the club downtown. Trust me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but you don't know.
might not know.
You don't know.
They're down there.
It's like, damn, she throwing it back. Oh shit, he's throwing it back. They're like, hey man,
Because there was a concentration of them at a time. But yeah, man, this is an internet issue. It's not a real life issue.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, it was probably more online, and since online is where most people connect,
Live their lives.
yeah, they basically live their lives, and especially on their phones, it's definitely perpetuated through social media, and it's like being forced into the algorithms.
Steve, didn't you send me a video about like the Pride DC comics?
Yeah, there was a
yes.
you saw that? There was they recently put out a comic where they basically reverse roles. So Superman is a woman, or not a woman.
A trans woman
I
that likes.
I don't know. She's not. It's not a woman, right? Not like
Non-binary.
Supergirl. It looks like a woman. He has short hair. I don't actually know. And she's gay, by the way. This woman was gay
Yeah, I know the woman. Was
or lesbian. Sorry. And
is
she
is that different? Is gay and lesbian not both synonymous?
I think well no, I think gay are men.
I think
Women
gay
are
can be
lesbians?
both, but lesbian is exclusive to women. You can't be if in that case we all lesbians because we like women.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So there's no male or female version of gay without lesbian. But if the lesbian is the female version, then the gay has to be the guy version.
Uh-oh.
I thought
we done
gay just
stumbled
meant you
upon
liked
something.
opposite sex.
I think that may be what it was.
Oh, they changed it.
I can't keep up.
Bro, I don't know. I don't.
The point that I was trying to make is, I don't have any issues with people choosing to sleep with the same sex.
Do what you
I
want to
don't
do.
think anyone has an issue with this.
No,
It's
no,
more
I don't
about
think
the
anyone does.
narrative
It's
that
the
they're trying
narrative.
to
Right.
push and force us to care about
You're
this.
you're trying to force it onto children. It makes no sense. But this is the crazy part. Once again, the community itself, the people who are actually gay, bisexual, lesbians, they don't want it either.
Right.
They don't want it either.
Because people look at them.
Right.
They look at it and they're like, man, we just got good.
Right.
We've been fighting for gay marriage. Like, we've been fighting for all this stuff. And it is to the point where if I saw two dudes walking down the street together holding hands, I'm not really going to think twice about it. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't really.
If we're in
What?
neighborhood, maybe it'd be.
I mean,
You're gonna.
I'm not gonna have an issue. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
okay,
Like,
but to me, I'd be like, oh, them niggas gay.
yeah, I mean,
That's
yeah,
what
you know what I'm
I'm
saying?
saying.
It's gonna stick out, but I'm saying like,
Captain Obvious.
I'm not gonna
Say that.
run across the street to get away from them. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like,
oh my gosh, no, my phobe is coming out.
right. Like, it ain't even, it's to the point where it's like, I feel as though from what I have seen, they are at the point where like, man, we're good. Nobody messing with us. We can live our lives. And then now this happens. And then now they're sucked into it.
Yeah.
And they're like, why am I being sucked into this?
Yeah. It's
I don't
not
want
fair.
anything to do with this. And so many of them have come out to say that, like, we don't want anything to do with this. Leave us alone. Y'all just take,
Especially the mature gay community.
Right.
Like the gay community that was doing all the fighting for rights and stuff.
Yeah.
They're like, bro, this ain't our fight. This
Yeah.
don't got nothing to do with us.
Yeah, they have videos of like gay people taking the rainbow from the, I guess, the trans flag or whatever, because they have their own colors and like the gay people have their own colors.
Isn't brown one of the trans colors?
I have no
Bro,
idea.
they're like,
I think it's like pink and
and-
blue.
Okay.
but light blue.
Yeah, like a light blue. It's like a off pink and off blue, like a dark light pink
A dark light.
Yeah.
The thing is that
or pastel. I guess a pastel pink.
Okay.
the thing is, lesbian, gay, bisexual, and you like both, trans.
Hey man.
I don't, man.
Hey,
Fuck.
Hey, enough of this gay shit. Hey, we need to talk about some women or something, man.
You gotta balance it out.
Yeah, we gotta balance it out. There's too much dick talk going around.
Damn, nobody said anything about no
Anything
dicks.
We talking about trans. And,
Bro,
I did not. That has nothing to do with
I need
dicks.
some to be talked about. Let's see. What does that say? I can't see it.
Man,
You
can't
went,
read
bro.
this on
I knew you
Friday.
couldn't see it. I can't see it. It's small as hell. You need
Oh, no.
you need 4 topics.
I know. Okay, but do we think that women should compete for the man that they want?
Should women compete for the man that they want?
Yes.
Now, when we say compete, we're talking about with other women.
Yes.
Define compete.
Compete as far as going an extra step to get the person that you want. Like if there's another woman in the scenario and you see that this particular woman wants this man, are you going to do something that it's going to make the man like you more? You know, maybe dress more feminine or cater to.
If you and your friend,
Not a friend.
not you, if you and your friend both like the same dude, Do you just let the friend take the dude, or do you actually try to get the dude as well? Because that's the culture right now. It's like dibs. Okay, girl, you can have him. What about what the man wants in all of this?
Right.
Maybe the man wants to choose. They'll pick. I was just having a conversation with a female associate recently, talking about dudes, and if a group of girls sees a dude, the first one that kind of calls him gets the first dibs, and the rest fall back. Bro, they work so well together on that BS.
But do men do the same thing?
No.
Y'all don't do the same thing? As far
Bro,
as, like,
how
dibs?
many times?
Like,
Mel,
I got dibs on her?
stop playing with me. How many times?
You ain't never tell I got dibs on her?
How many times have I approached a girl or a group of girls and you just came in and did your own thing, didn't ask me, didn't say, hey, Chris, which one was you interested in? Just came in and just did what you wanted to do.
Hey, man, you warmed them up.
Exactly.
That's
And
crazy.
you
And
smell blood.
There's nothing wrong with that, though. Everyone
but-
has their particular
Yeah,
role.
just answered your question, though. If we did it, then you would be like,
No,
hey, Chris.
if you called dibs on
No.
the chick that you wanted, I'm like, all right, you got
I
it.
shouldn't have to. In that scenario, you should have been like, okay, so which one do you want?
Usually
Like,
it's a conversation.
If it would have been a conversation, I don't think
my boy
not with
used to always say, I
with Mel.
got the fat one. That was his thing. I said my boy.
Oh, he would say he got
Hey,
the
he's
fat
a
one.
beast. Where is he at?
Or he would say you got the fat one.
No, he would say I got the fat one.
Well,
that was what he said.
No, Steven was the perfect wingman. Like, back in the day. Like,
I don't think that's a good thing.
well, it's not well,
It's
kinda.
not. It's a
It's
good.
not, though.
As a wingman, it's a good thing. But for me,
Yeah.
as what my standards were at that time,
Yeah. I mean, but back then, like, yo, what's Steven at, man? Let's get Steven.
wow. Just what they say on Jersey Shore, take the grenade.
Yeah. I fall on the grenade.
So you took the grenades a few
I
times.
like
but
grenades.
everyone has their role. But I don't think that there's an issue with calling dibs on a girl that you want.
Here's the problem.
Is that? I mean, but would you really? Are we really gonna respect that? If we both see a girl, and we're out
Nigga,
somewhere,
if I see a girl that I want to rock with,
okay, and you say you call dibs, but now we're both talking to her, but she is more interested in me.
no, I'll fall back.
Okay,
I'll fall back. I'm not going
Right,
to force.
so that's not the same. Because women will basically act like they're not interested in you.
Right.
Because their girl
Oh,
said,
my girl was
"Nah."
trying to talk to you.
I have heard girls talk about, oh yeah, my friend was interested, so I ain't saying nothing. The friend's not even attractive. But the attractive friend was interested in the dude was interested in her, but because the unattractive friend was interested, and so nobody gets him. That's what they do.
So should women compete? I don't know how to answer this question.
I think they should. Like, if it's something that they want.
Like,
It doesn't necessarily have to be aggressive.
I don't disagree with you. I'm really trying to I'm trying to understand.
I'll give you my stance then while you think about it. I think compete is the wrong word. I think it sends the wrong signal to women. I think that women need to work towards being the type of woman, the type of man they desire wants. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that can be a form of competing, because if you're a professional athlete, you're going to condition your body to be at that level so that you can compete at that level. So it's like you're not necessarily competing directly with a woman. Like, if one woman brings you a cake, the other woman brings you 2 cakes. It's not like that.
That's what I'm thinking in my head.
It's not like that, but it's like you have to actively put yourself in places where these men are. You have to understand them, what they want, and you have to show them that you're willing to give them what they want. And I think that that's what competing is. And it's not about necessarily being aggressive or masculine or asking dudes out on dates, because men will, if you show interest in a man, he will show interest back if he's interested.
Right.
If he's not interested, there's nothing you can do. It is what it is. You know what I mean? You could be aggressive, and then you're going to just become a notch on his belt. Because men know what they want. Women think, oh, men don't know what they want. We know exactly what we want, and you're not it. That's it. That's just what it is sometimes. So, but in this culture, no, women don't compete for men. Not even in this sense. I was talking to somebody yesterday about this. She wants to be married and have a family and things of that nature. And I'm like, well, how much time have you spent determining what the man that you think you wants? Oh, he wants peace. He wants this. He wants that.
She just automatically knows.
Just rattles
She
off
rattles
just
off
rattles
these
off
things,
the-
right? And I said, now what are you doing? What are you actually doing in real life to provide this? Because my interactions with you aren't peaceful. And if my interactions with you aren't peaceful, the interactions you have with men at period aren't peaceful. So you know that the type of man you wants peace, because that's what men want. But you're not peaceful with men. So it's lip service.
Right. Something they heard online.
Yeah, it's just something she heard on the internet.
I think that's I think that speaks to the difference of men and women when it comes to pursuing one another. I'm in a situation, well, not in a situation, but
You're in a situation?
sorry, not me. But a question. Okay, well, I was curious. If there is
Tell us about the situation.
if there is a girl who is interested in you, she likes you, send you pictures and stuff like that, but she has dry ass conversations that has no substance
What
to
kind of
it.
pictures is she sending?
Pictures?
You,
No,
said you said she sent you pictures.
I didn't say she was sending me pictures.
Oh, just in
I didn't
general.
even talk about me. How we know we talking about me?
I'm
creating a scenario.
I'm
here.
in the scenario. What kind of pictures is she sending to this hypothetical person?
This person, the type of picture that she could hypothetically be sending to this hypothetical person, they are risque pictures. As far as like they're
kind of sexy,
They're showing
like-
off her how might I say her utilities. They're showing off her utilities, you know, and then this particular person in this scenario says, "You acting shy." You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I'm just like, well,
The
this
woman
person
said
just,
the woman said it to the man.
Yes, this woman said it to the man, like,
Okay,
you
because
acting shy.
He didn't respond the way that she expected after she sent assets.
The assets wasn't even talked about. It's like this, bro. This conversation was not even
Okay.
bro.
It was from left field.
I'm just like, what? How is this person shy? Fuck that. How the fuck am I shy?
Oh shit! He broke character.
How am I shy? I'm just like, you're like, first off, I'm gonna keep it 100. I was
You
trying
tried,
to put
you
it on
tried.
you, but it is what it is. It's just like, bro, I have a certain level of conversation that I engage in. And if you aren't giving something, if I'm trying to get to know you, to understand you, who you are, and you give one word responses that doesn't add any depth to the conversation, it does not make me want to continue to engage in a conversation.
Right.
I'm not sure what type of man that she's previously engaging with, where I guess talking risque or sending risque type of pictures is going to just, like, to me, that's not really a turn on for me.
Yeah.
You know, so like, what do you want me to do?
Not at first.
I mean, it's an attraction, like,
Yeah.
but if that's all you got,
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like,
if that's it,
She's
then
interested in you.
she just likes me. She thinks I'm cute.
no, that's not enough.
You're
Well,
in shape.
you know,
I'm just
have
like,
you interacted in person?
No.
Okay, interact in person. There are a lot of women.
I mean, we've talked.
No.
I can't.
Wait, no. What are you talking, Chris? What are you talking about? What you talking about? Give her a chance? If he doesn't like her
It's not about give her a chance.
what are you saying?
It's about people interact through text differently than they do in person.
So then, so if he's not interested in where he's at now, he should still allow this to continue until she decides that she wants to hang out?
I'm confused at what you're saying. All I'm saying is, if you talk to somebody via text, they can be a completely different person in person.
But I think talking on the phone can change that up as well.
Yeah, well, people are different on the phone than they are in person as well.
So at I understand what you're saying, but at this point, if they've never hung out and you said interact with her in person, it's just like, at this point, I'm not interested anymore.
Okay, well, then stop talking to her, period.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's the case. But
I mean, I don't know if that's what he's saying.
All I'm saying is, I have talked to women who suck on text, one word response, and I meet them in person, and they don't stop talking.
I mean, but is that okay with you?
I don't need to have I don't need to build a relationship with somebody through text. I don't need to be texting you.
I mean, what if you want to? I mean, you're a busy person. You can't always spend FaceTime with people. Texting is a very good way to continue to get to know somebody.
But I don't need it. So if our vibe is good in person, which is the most important thing to me, then if we can only talk when we meet in person because the texting is garbage, I'll do that.
Okay, yeah, we're different people.
I don't.
I mean, I already know that,
constant
but
communication.
It's not for me. It's not about constant. I am a communicator, right? It's my, like I don't know. I like, if I'm talking to you, I like to be able to communicate with you in multiple ways, whether it's in person, whether it's on the phone, whether it's through text or Instagram. Like,
text didn't even always exist.
I understand
so
that.
What is that really saying?
Well, I mean, that's you can't take us back in the past. That's not where we're at. We're in modern times now. This is the world we live in.
Right, but there's problems with the modern world.
Well, of course, but at the same time, that's the world we live in. So even if she sucks at texting, but she's texting you, you're just not going to respond because she's a bad texter. She's not fun to talk to on text.
Who, me?
Yeah,
if she sucks at texting, she's not going to be texting me.
No, that's not
People
true.
who suck at texting they can't hold a conversation.
That doesn't mean they won't hit you up and try to start one because they expect you to hold it.
Right, but it'll fizzle out instantly.
Yeah,
right.
But then they keep coming back.
Yeah, because in my particular scenario, there will be times where I don't just message her at all, but then she'll send me like eye emojis.
There you go.
She'll send me eye emojis, and I'm just like, hey, what's up? How your day going? And there's no depth
Right.
to the conversation.
Okay.
And it'll keep happening. Like,
Yeah, I mean, we spoke on the phone.
And how was that?
There's no depth.
Eye emojis.
nothing changed.
There's no depth.
What
like
was the conversation about?
it's me asking questions and her answering.
So if
There's
if you didn't say words, it would just be silence.
Yes, it would be silence. I've had we were gaming for 5 hours
Together.
We were gaming for 5 hours
Together.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we were communicating through Discord or whatever. And the only communication, like, I tried to explain, like, hey, what do you like to do and all this stuff, and it's just a bland conversation, and I'm just like, I can't.
Well, this is the reason why you can't get your rocks off, Mel. Most women in modern times aren't of value. So you got to make a decision. You gonna keep holding out for that,
This is
or you
egregious today.
I'm just saying, like, no, I mean, you've been in the desert for a long time.
He's
You've been in the desert for a long time. You're quick to cut people off. I mean,
No, I'm in the desert, but I'm not like strung out where I
you're
just
not
like
stranded.
I'm like, I need something. Because
He ain't with him
honestly, if
withdrawal.
I wanted something, I could.
You could,
Oh,
but it
for
comes with
sure.
a certain level of ramifications. What I'm saying is, why do we, bro? Listen, just have fun, enjoy yourself until somebody.
Oh, I am. I'm not tripping. It's just,
it's still annoying.
It's just an annoyance.
It is. So can we be better, and can we understand our landscape, and instead of being annoyed by something, just let it be what it is? No,
I can't agree with
I
that.
mean, if I'm annoyed by
That's
something,
annoying.
I'm just not going to have it in my life.
Yeah.
I'm not going to just be like, all right, she's annoying, but I'll settle for this anyway, just so I can get
Just
something
until-
from
it's
it.
not
Nah.
even a settle. It's not a settle. It's just.
But it's trying to get something out of it. And like,
I mean, you should be trying to get something out of every relationship. Yes.
in some form of fashion, but if it's not worth my time, I'm not going to invest, which I'm not, because I'm not engaging of like pursuing, of like talking. If she responds or wants to communicate, I'll respond, just because there's literally nothing else to fucking do that at that time. Or if we have similar interests, that's cool. I can just maintain like a distant type of friendship. But as far as like, I'm boring, or because I'm not sending, what, you want me to send you some dick pics or some shit? Like,
No, she don't want dick pics. She just wants you to be like, dang, you got a fatty.
She wants attention.
She just wants attention.
yeah, you're not gonna get that.
That's that. You're not getting that from me.
You're not gonna get that type of attention from me. I'm not one that's gonna glorify or make someone's head big because you're a woman who has nice assets. Like, to me, you need more than that. It's good to look
Yes,
at.
for relationships.
It's not about relationship. You have, in general, you need to have some kind of depth. I know you just put your dick in anything, but I don't.
Hey, Mel,
I do not.
I didn't attack you.
I didn't attack you.
Yes, you did. You don't know that I just put my dick in anything. You just words you just said.
Based on what you're saying, you're talking like, hey, whatever, man, just as long as you.
Based on what I'm saying, I don't have these types of experiences. All I'm saying is, why be so upset about it? Like,
I'm not upset.
Just
Me personally, I'm not upset.
I don't think it's upsetting. It's to me, it's annoying.
It's just annoying.
Frustrating.
I've never experienced this where a girl doesn't hold a good conversation and then I just don't respond and they just keeps messaging anyway. Like, I don't get that.
They
happen.
like you, and when you are talking, you stop talking. 2 days later, hey, how you doing? Hey, what's up? You know, and the conversation is dry. It stops. She hits you up again 2 or 3 days later.
Yeah,
hey,
I don't,
what's
I
up?
don't get that.
Yeah, that's just. I mean, yeah.
I mean,
Maybe you just live in a whole different
yeah,
world.
you
than
live in a whole
whatever,
different world
but-
because
we
I
all
get
do, don't
that.
But I mean, yeah, I can't do it. There has to be some depth.
Or, you know what it is for me? I feel like I am investing and I'm getting nothing in return.
Yeah.
Right? If you want to have a conversation and you are trying to talk to me and I'm giving you information, I'm telling you what I like, I tell you what I'm looking for, and then you just don't reply, or you reply 3 days later with a, hey, like, did you not just see that paragraph I sent you because you asked me a question and you don't even reply to it?
Don't send them paragraphs.
Oh, you got all the fucking answers today, huh?
Chris,
You on some shit.
Chris
I'm
defending.
just-
Chris, like you, like
defending
what are
nothing.
you
This
like?
is wild.
You're the main one. You're hot and cold today. You up here talking about women have no value. No one watches women's basketball.
Wow,
You're going in.
I just said women have no value.
And yes. What do you mean?
No,
Right?
that's not what I said.
You said in
What
modern time,
I
women don't
said-
have value.
No, I said in modern times, most women have no value.
Okay, I'm
That's
sorry.
what I
Most,
said.
most.
I
I'm
didn't
sorry.
say women don't have value.
Okay, I
I'm trying
apologize.
to Kevin Samuels me.
No, I'm. Okay, I mean,
Damn, now he dissing Kevin Samuels.
I mean, Chris, I don't know
what's
what you
happening,
on
man?
some.
We on the new
No,
moon.
I just listen.
He on some new currency
You
right
Yeah,
now.
he got some
y'all
new- he
are
got some new
both,
stuff right
Y'all are both in the desert.
What
And
does that
Bro,
have
why
to?
do you
What does
keep
that have to
saying that?
do with
Why do you
anything?
keep saying that?
No one is
What
out
does
here
sex
trying
have
to have sex.
do anything?
If I wanted to have sex, I can have sex
literally,
tonight.
Like I can have sex
any-
any time that I desire.
Yes,
Just
there's
because-
escorts, there's all kinds of
no,
options.
No,
Has
no,
nothing to do
nobody
with
said
escorts.
anything about
Someone
that.
I have a connection with, I could have sex
And
with.
why
but
won't
just
you?
Because it's not worth my time.
Exactly. So,
So
all
why,
I'm
why
saying,
continuously say just be you're in the desert? What does it have to do with anything?
It's
It has
be-
nothing to do with communicating with
men,
someone.
listen, men have needs.
Hey man, you want some shit?
You guys, listen.
I don't know what's going on with you today.
I understand that y'all both want to be married and
Oh
you
my
want to be in
God.
monogamous relationships and
Okay,
have
Chris
a
is
family.
coming up with
Yeah,
some-
I don't know what's going on with this guy.
Neither one of you guys want that. You don't want
To be
monogamous
married?
relationships. Forget the marriage part, Mel. Steve, you want to be in a monogamous relationship?
I don't necessarily want to be in a poly relationship.
Okay, well, what's the alternative?
Okay, yes, I would like to be in a monogamous relationship. I don't
Okay.
want to have I don't want to marry multiple women.
Okay, so you guys want a structure similar to a marriage, right? A monogamous relationship with women, and it's not happening. It hasn't been happening for a while. And why? Because there's not very good stock out there right now. All I'm saying is enjoy life. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not. What does that mean? Because I am enjoying life.
And usually, what you say, it clicks and it makes sense. But
Yeah,
right
I don't
now,
know what I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't understand what y'all don't understand.
Nah, you on some shit.
You wilder. He wild. Hey, it's all good. It is what it is. You know, I'm not gonna just be out here in the streets.
Well, then
Right.
stay. Then
And thinking,
then stay-
I wasn't even this. My particular scenario, me bringing up. I'm not even talking about sex. I'm just talking about.
She sent you risque pictures.
That don't mean that. I knew what
sexually
you were talking
charged.
about.
I'm
Mel.
referring to like.
Just conversation.
Yes, or me being like I'm not. You took it a completely different area where
I mean, I
the
have
conversation
background.
was supposed to be.
Got background. That's all.
Okay.
I don't like y'all being in the desert all the
Oh my fucking.
Listen, I understand.
I don't
you
even
guys,
cuss this much. I don't cuss this
know
much.
you
And this
guys
got
have-
me. He's got me,
I know you guys have standards. I know,
bruh.
All I'm saying
And
is,
you have no standards, right?
Hey man, you had some wine or something.
Why do you keep saying that?
I know. I didn't. That's my first time.
Why do you keep saying we're in the desert?
Well, because you
Because
are.
he just puts his
It's-
dick in.
Okay, well there you go.
No.
Eat it. You can't have your cake and eat it too, Chris.
Steven, just because he says I put my dick everywhere, that doesn't make it true. That's just that's just some shit he's saying. Y'all are in the desert. That's a fact. And all I'm saying is it's not looking good out there in the dating market. Okay.
Yes, it's not looking good out
So
there.
what are you going to do? You're going to keep looking for
You
somebody?
want me to settle for just this some chick?
I'm not saying settle.
You said just enjoy
I'm
life.
just saying
Just have
enjoy,
fun.
enjoy the moment.
What does
That's
that
all I'm
mean?
saying.
Well,
He can enjoy it
that
because
doesn't
it's
bring me
dry.
I understand
that
that.
doesn't
so
bring me joy.
I understand.
Like we have you can cut
Yeah,
off
because
emotions.
I'm a whore, right? I'm a whore. I can cut off emotions.
Yeah.
I put my dick in anything. I could cut it off the emotions.
Hey, your words.
You said
your
it.
words.
No,
your
you
words.
that's what you said.
You said it. You
That's
said
what
it.
you said.
But I need some type of. I need something other than just. It'll make me just lose interest in you as a human.
All I was saying is people interact differently on different platforms. That's all I'm saying.
That's
but we
understood.
live-
And
we
you
live-
guys are saying, well, you would never make it to another platform because you suck at this platform. And Steve, you said someone who could actually be good at a different platform, if they're not good at all platforms of communication, they get cut off too. And I'm saying this ridiculous.
No, it's not, because if we meet in a medium that is not in person. So if we meet online through a dating site, through Instagram, whatever, Facebook, we're just talking, we meet, right? If I don't have good conversation with you online, why am I going to continue to pursue, to go out of my way to invest, to take you on a date, to meet you in person? I'm going to assume that your personality on phone and through text is the same in person.
It's a bad assumption. That's all I'm saying.
So okay, well that's me personally.
I know from personal experience.
Okay, and you know what? That's you. I personally will lose interest in the initial interaction and assume that you are going to be the same person, and you're not going to get to that next stage.
I understand that. And all I'm saying is the sea is already toxic enough. There's already little opportunities out there for men like us. It would behoove you to fully investigate before you say, "Oh, she's no good." That's all I'm saying.
But I enjoy communication. You're not this. We're gonna talk in circles. We're never gonna agree on this. So I'm not. So I'm not gonna try to change your mind. I'm going to just speak my truth.
Speak your
Speak your truth.
Your truth versus
your
fact
truth.
is different.
Speak
though.
your truth,
That's all
King.
I'm saying.
Speak your truth, King.
No. There ain't no. I mean, okay. Would I say that is a fact? Absolutely. I've never said that that's not true. There are people that are great in person and they are not good on the phone. They're not good through text. Okay, that is a fact. That's why I said I'm going to speak my truth, which I hate that phrase. I was being sarcastic, right? I hate that phrase.
Yeah.
Speak your truth. Bro.
But what my preference is that if I have a busy life, we all have busy lives, right? I assume this woman that I'm going to be talking to is probably going to be busy as well, right? If I can't see her on a day-to-day, or if I can't see her on a week-to-week or whatever, I, Steven, need to be interested and stimulated via text or phone if I can't get to you in person.
Right.
If I'm going to go consistently a week, 2 weeks or so or more without seeing you and being in your presence, you're not going to hold my interest.
And why is 2 weeks in between visits the norm in this scenario?
I'm not saying it's I said
But why
I
is
said
that the
I said
extreme?
a week or 2 weeks.
So you're saying that you meet a girl that you genuinely like. You guys have chemistry.
Okay, when you say meet, how do we meet?
No. You meet a girl. Let me. Can I finish my scenario? You meet a girl that you genuinely like, and you guys have chemistry.
How do I like her? How do I have chemistry? How did I meet her?
Can I finish building the scenario? Oh my God.
Okay, I'm just asking a very simple question.
Well, how can you have chemistry with somebody and not be in person? So you've spent time with her.
okay,
in
well
person.
just say that then.
You've spent time where you won't let me finish.
You've
You've
go ahead.
cut me off 3 times.
I'm going to
now.
keep it up.
You met her. You have chemistry. You like her. You can't see her, every day or every other day or anything like that. You get to see her once a week.
Okay.
Are you telling me you're throwing her back just because she sucks at texting? That's absurd to me.
That's not what I ever said.
That's
I never
exactly
said that.
what you said.
No, it's not.
You said if I can't see you every week or every other week, and you're not good at communicating through text, it's not going to work.
Chris, I was talking about the not meeting in person I'm talking about the initial contact is in a modern day era, which is going to be online.
I did ask you earlier if you met somebody who was good at communicating in person, but they sucked at text. What would you do? You said it's not going to work.
If I met them and
Because he wouldn't get to that
I
next
wouldn't even
step.
get to that
I
next
just said
step.
you met someone who you did communicate well in person, which means you did get to that step. That was my question, and you said no.
No,
tape back.
I've just asked you to be clear.
Run the tape
The
back.
scenario you just gave, is that what you're talking about?
No, it was a little while ago.
Okay. Well, the scenario you just gave, right? Of course, I would continue to date her. Would it be frustrating? Maybe, but I also understand, and it's something I may be willing to work through. Okay,
Mel, what about you?
Whoa! Let me give you the other side of this coin.
There's no other side.
No, there's definitely
Answer
two
my
sides.
question.
No, there's two sides. Vice versa, conversely, because that's not how things typically happen. Most people are not meeting in person anymore. So conversely, if I meet you through any other medium, through a class or I mean whatever, and maybe I'm attracted to you from what I see. We FaceTime, I'm attracted to you physically, but then we try to talk through text. It doesn't work. I'm going to be not interested. I'm not going to continue to pursue you. So I'll never even get to that point. I'll feel like I'm wasting my time. I'll feel like I'm wasting my energy because that's the type of person that I am. I'm not going to just I usually date one person at a time. I don't have 5 or 6 people where I can just not focus on you and I'm focusing on her. And this is a Steven thing. This is me. If I'm dating one person, I don't like dating multiple people. So I don't have another person where I'm just focusing on them and she can just come in wherever she wants. She's holding a spot and I don't like her. In my life, in my head, she's holding a spot and I need to then remove her or release her back to earth, back to the world.
Back to the streets.
You can go back to the streets so I can then move to the next one. So does that make it make a little more sense? This is how I am?
I've always understood that.
So what? Okay, so then you can understand how
and
I don't want to then just
absolutely.
keep her in this loop.
Yes, absolutely. My argument was just simply that, 9 times out of 10.
What the fuck?
What? 9 times out of 10, what you're saying is going to be correct, right? All I'm arguing is the exception to the rule.
Bro.
That's all I'm saying.
Chris woke up today in
Chris
backwards
is
world.
trolling. He's
Yeah, I don't know what is going on
trolling.
today.
All I'm saying is, listen, we
Chris
have to
trolls
do
the podcast.
We got to do whatever we can.
That's the episode
That's the
name.
name of the
We
episode.
have to do whatever we can to increase our probability. That's all I'm saying.
What?
So basically, put up with it.
I mean, look, I'm gonna keep it real. I have better outcomes with women than you all do. This is not me. This is not shade. This is not shade.
How do you have better outcomes? You haven't been in a relationship. You have more.
What is the bar?
Yeah, what's the bar? Because
What's
you have
the
more
sta-
sex? Is that what
you've
you're
been on
saying?
more dates?
Because you've been on more dates.
Because if anything, I'm the only one that was married at one point.
Marriage is
Like,
not.
who have
Well,
good
you all know that
I'm sorry,
marriage
marriage
is
is what?
marriage is not the bar for men. Are you serious right now?
What I didn't say it was. So what is the bar that you're setting? You have better outcomes. How can you measure that?
Relationships with women.
What kind of sexual
When was
relationship?
the last time you were in a relationship?
When you guys are saying
When's
Yeah,
the
see,
last-
this is
yeah,
bull-
yeah,
yeah, there
that's
you
that.
go.
When
There
the
you
last
go.
time?
There you go.
When you
When the
guys
last
there you
time
go.
you been in a relationship?
Can I finish? When you guys are saying relationship, you're talking about titles. That's what you guys are talking about.
What do you mean how do you
It's
know
the
we're
only
talking?
thing that you could use against me. When was the last time you had an official girlfriend? It's the only thing you could use against me. I have relationships with women all the time.
I'm sure you do.
I have
too.
I have sexual interpersonal relationships with women all the time.
I have a lot of relationships with women too.
sexual interpersonal relationships.
I mean, what
So
do you mean?
sex
I mean,
is the bar.
So sex is the bar.
Well, I mean, are you guys men or?
I'm saying that's what you're
So
saying.
we're
I'm
just
not-
asking.
I'm not-
I just want you to put a clear answer on it.
Put a label on it.
Even if we were talking about long-term interactions with women.
Long-term interactions.
That's
Oh, he's on some
non-sexual.
shit.
Okay, you listen.
Long-term interaction.
2v1.
It's not 2v1.
It's 2v1.
It's
You
not
guys,
2v1. You
you
just-
feel
You're
attacked.
the one.
You feel attacked.
You're the one.
You guys are. You're just gonna say whatever
Okay,
you
America.
can.
Okay, America.
Yeah.
You're the
You're
one
just saying
attacking
whatever
us.
Hey, China, Russia, man, we unite.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not attacking you all.
Y'all
I'm trying-
Y'all in the desert.
You keep saying it as
I have-
a put
I have
down.
It's
better
not
outcomes.
It's not a put down. It's just the reality. All I'm saying is,
And real talk, you don't know what I've been doing.
yes,
Right.
I do because you've told me.
You don't know what I'm
You
doing.
don't. You absolutely.
Well,
have
then
to-
that means that means
You ha- you
that,
don't-
well, that means you've been
you
lying.
don't know what
That
I've
means
been
nobody-
doing.
then
you
that
never-
means you've been
you
lying to
never
me
asked.
because if your word
Exactly.
your
Did you
word
ever ask?
Exactly.
oh
When was the last
oh
time you asked
Exactly.
about
no,
one?
we've had the conversation on
Nah,
the
not like
podcast.
that. There was no question of when was the last time you was in some buns.
You know what I mean? Last
Maybe
time
he
you
had
got-
some buns.
Maybe you get some fellatio. When's the last
right.
time?
No,
I got
no,
some
not fellatio.
Maybe you
Not
had somebody
fellatio.
over and cuddle with them.
Not
Huh?
fellatio.
Huh?
Okay, so Mel, let me ask you directly.
Okay, here
Are
we
you in the desert or
Cut
not?
the episode. What does that mean?
He knows what it means.
I plead the fifth. I choose not to answer on the grounds that I may or may not be.
I just want I understand that you guys are happy with your lives. I'm not saying that you're not happy. I just understand that, women add another level of excitement and joy. That's all. And I'm just trying to get you all to not lower your standards.
It ain't gonna be joyful if she's annoying.
Yes, I understand that. But in this scenario that we're specifically talking about, all I'm saying is I have on several occasions met women who text like that. And then when I speak to them in person, it's different. They're actually really pleasant. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying that, yes, you're going to want to cut her off. It would be more work. You would be stepping out on a limb. You are likely to get burned. All I'm saying is, is it really that bad to just be like, well, let's just meet in person and see what it's like in person?
You have to keep in mind, Chris is the type of dude
Jesus.
who go to random buildings with people that we meet in malls to go.
That's true.
He's
That's
the type
true.
of dude who answers the door for salesmen who's knocking on the door.
Right. I see him come up. I'm not answering that door.
So you have to think that we have different approaches when it comes to things we just don't want to deal with. So I understand where he's coming from. Hey, it's just, hey man, you got to get the results. You got to deal with. You have to go through it. Blah 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 blah. But no, that's just annoying. I am not going to sit there to force or try to have a conversation to get to know someone, to see who you are as a human, and go through these different avenues, especially if you don't even live in the same state as me.
Well, that's an extra caveat. But do you think that when you say that a girl is shallow, do you think that she has no depth? It doesn't exist?
Oh, I'm not saying that. It's just that the way she's responding, it doesn't reflect that she knows.
Okay, I'm just asking.
She doesn't. It feels like she doesn't know anything other than this ratchet type of life behavior.
Ratchet filth.
Yeah, this stuff that's like I don't know, man. Like it's cool, but there has to be some balance. Like
Yeah, sure.
It's sort of like a lady in the street, but a freak in the bed type thing.
Right,
I
right.
need some depth.
Let me ask you guys both this question. Tomorrow, I'll give you a week. Let's say that next week you decide, okay, I want to be in a committed monogamous relationship with a woman, someone that I like, someone that I find attractive.
Shit.
Could you do it next week if you wanted?
No, I couldn't. No.
If I wanted,
Yes.
no.
No, because I don't. No.
I mean, because I'm actively not like.
I would have to have people in my life that to be in a
Well,
relationship.
I'm saying, okay, maybe that was unfair. Like to be in a position where you could meet the girl that is the seed for that relationship. Could you meet her next week?
I don't
Could you
know.
make that?
It's like I have to create a person or just
No, you're not
make
creating
an
a
effort
person.
to meet someone.
Yeah, could you say if I really put
if
my
I
mind to
wanted
it,
to.
if I really wanted to, if I really put my mind to it, could I find a woman that could be the seed for that type of relationship? Could you do it by next week?
It's hard to say.
looking at history.
It's hard to fucking say.
History tells me the answer is no, and I'm just this is my answer. History tells me no
It's a gamble.
because it's just like, bro, like number one, I have to have next week. I need to have things on deck now.
Yeah.
I need to already be in the market. I need to already be moving in this direction, which I
And then you have to put yourself in a position in multiple different scenarios outside of your busy schedule to even have the time to focus on this particular woman. And you have to it'll be impossible to just find one person that's going to be healthy, care about her health and care about her well-being, doesn't care about social media, and hey, you didn't like my picture, and you have,
Hey man, you sound like you got some traumas right now, man.
No, I'm
Definitely.
I'm just because I'm not even on the dating market. I'm just thinking about what happens in like scenarios when you meet women and all the different annoying things that you have to go through to meet this one specific person.
Yeah.
Because as we age, the modern society it's like starting to catch up. Like people who are being born now, it's like eradicating everything that we've grown up to, and this is just the norm.
Yeah.
And it's making the dating market impossible.
Yeah.
Impossible. Like
wouldn't that give you a sense of urgency?
it does give me a sense of
Because you're
urgency.
basically saying the dating market is eroding in real time.
It is.
Well, then why aren't you on the market? Why aren't you putting yourself out there?
I am. I'm not on dating sites.
I'm not saying dating
But
sites.
I'm out. Like I'm going out. I'm meeting people. You know, I got a whole
Are
new.
you on the streets?
I'm not in the streets, but I'm
You on
putting
the
my.
sidewalk.
I'm in different circles. Yeah, I'm in the
He's on the
sidewalk.
sidewalk.
I'm in the sidewalk. Got my thumb up. Like, hey, I see you. Need a ride? I got you. You know what I mean? But no, I've met some cool people, man.
Some people or some women?
It's both.
Okay.
I got a nice little
So
circle
you
of
met
people
some
that I
cool
interact
women,
with.
and these women have the dating potential.
Yeah. I mean, they're definitely vegans. They're healthy. So.
What about their looks? Yes, on a scale from 1 to 10.
there's multiple different people that I meet. So do
you have any in mind?
Yeah,
specific
she's
one?
cool, but no.
What would you rate her on a scale from 1 to 10? Fresh face out of the shower.
Probably about 5 or 6.
That's rough.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I think 6 is good. Adjustable 6. I
But
can
no, she smokes cigarettes, so I'm not.
Oh,
well,
nah.
she's not even-
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I'll smash, but that's about it.
But that's what. This is what those
Well, you
conversations
did ask
today
her.
was about.
You did ask him looks. So she
This
gave
was
her
the whole.
a good
I
answer.
said, was there any? I basically asked if there were any viable options, and he said yes.
You have to have sex? Just to have
No,
sex?
I didn't ask about sex. That what we
To be in a relationship and
Yes.
no.
I asked you
no,
guys
it's
about.
not. It's not.
Right. So my question was, if you felt like the market was deteriorating, why are you just chilling then? You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm
why-
not just chilling, like I've said. Like I'm in different circles. I'm not like on dating websites, but
Stop saying dating.
because that's the norm of how people meet
I don't think it's a
nowadays.
good way. I don't think it's a good way
It's
to
not
meet
a good
women.
way. This is why I said I'm in different circles where I'm meeting people in person, where I'm able to communicate effectively. But being on, but I'm not like, hey, I'm not making it a conscious super duper effort like I do.
I understand. I'm just curious why. Men have I don't know. Men have better options because we pretty much become more resourceful, and we basically our value increases with age. So it's not like the same for like women. But the point was that you feel like the dating market is deteriorating. So whether you're more viable or not, it's not a good pool. That's all. But I was just curious.
All right, well, we can wrap this.
Send nudes.
Send
I
nudes.
mean, shout out to
Send-
Steven. Got to
send
send
nudes.
nudes.
Send the news to Steve.
Make sure
Nudes.
nudes. Send nudes.
Noodles. Nudes. My shirt.
I don't get it.
Says send nudes.
Sometimes I'm not gonna say it. Thank you all for.
Once again, shots for no reason.
I didn't say-
I'm just trying to have a genuine
Did I
conversation.
say any shots?
I don't know what's happening today. This has been a weird day.
You said it enough.
All right. Make sure y'all subscribe, like this video.
I'm sleep deprived.
And we will see you all next time. I appreciate your efforts and all that stuff. Chris
welcome.
James, Stephen Michael, I am Animated Male. We will see you beautiful people next time.
Bye.
Kirby.